Hoss, you're a dick.
Yeah. The speaker can hear you. About right. About right.
Shit, I even got you banners. I mean, your brand's worldwide.
Welcome back, everybody. And if you haven't seen us before, we are the FLEXCAST, and we are coming to you live from Caffeine and Octane. With me, as always, I have Harrison Neville here, Steve, the motherfucking gamer.
You already know.
Or Steve the gamer. And
Let's keep it
back
clean.
again for the second time in a row, Dani Friedman of Butler Tire. Hey, Dani, how you doing?
Shit, that's my claim to fame, man. Twice in a row.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Wow.
it.
Let's go.
I must be real popular now.
So Dani helped put this together. He's the driving force behind it. So thank you, Dani. This is a new thing for us. Our first mobile live FLEXCAST taping. So we'll
I
roll
love
with
it.
See how it goes. And for all of you who are watching or listening, hopefully you had if you're local, you had a chance to come out, say hi to us, wave to us from behind our cars. But don't fuck with us because I'm getting pissed off. People keep trying to walk in here.
Hoss has been super anal about
Yeah, I'm
anybody
like,
being in.
Bro, there's we have 2 inches between our cars and people are still trying to walk through them.
We have wires, and we don't want people to trip and all that.
Yeah. Also, I just don't want people near me. But there's that. Yes, there's a safety issue, but people come up and are standing at the camera and stuff. So
Hoss is the only extrovert I know that hates people he doesn't know.
It's only friends, only people he knows.
Even the banana crew came by, and
He's right there. There he is.
There's a whole bunch of banana people over here.
Where are
and
your
they
banana
find-
friends?
I was wondering what was
They
that.
find yellow cars and then they worship them.
Yeah, it's
you
kind
know?
of cool. I kind of like it. I've seen
I
it
saw
before.
a trend on TikTok of that.
Yeah, and they have like a cult following, and they came and approached Hoss to try and do it to his car, and he's like, no, I'm good. Yeah, so...
Well, sorry, Steve. Steve's gonna get smoked out with the cigars here.
I know.
Can we just take a moment of silence, or not a moment of silence, a
flavor
moment
is
of
that?
praise to acknowledge the fact that Steve's GTR is...
It's here.
It's here.
Even
I'm
Danny
looking
knows.
at it.
It's alive.
Danny knows, and he's not even he just watches that many FLEXCASTs that he knows.
I thought this thing was like non-existent.
That
It
was,
just...
that was a joke for a while, but yeah.
It's still a running joke because was your GTR up all week?
Yeah.
What about last week?
No, I'm getting a new tune.
Okay.
I just didn't like the old
okay.
one.
All
I
right.
didn't like the old
He didn't
one.
like the tune.
It's a preference
He didn't like the
thing.
tune.
I also got a new car in this time span.
I know.
That's
Again.
true. We haven't talked about that on
Yes,
the
we
FLEXCAST.
haven't.
Congratulations.
Harry, that's
Harrison got rid
beautiful.
of his GT3, which he had for 8.5 weeks,
It was
9 weeks.
boring.
Pretty much.
And you have what now?
GT3
Ooh,
RS.
Steve called your
Another
car
boring Porsche.
Nah, the old one. The old one. This is.
If
He
you
likes
don't
this.
know what we're looking at, we'll post it up on...
No, if you don't know what you're looking at, why are you listening?
No, I'm saying because the camera's pointing this way, but we're looking at...
It's okay.
a
We
GT
talk about these cars all the time. If they're a fan of the FLEXCAST and they don't like cars, I don't really know why they're a fan of the FLEXCAST.
It's about 50% of our conversation.
That's true.
Right.
Maybe more. It's also what brought us all together. So, if you don't know what a Porsche GT3 RS is,
not
basically
supposed
think of Harry's last car, GT3, and then add cool more bits.
cool moment.
Race car on the street.
Yeah, because race car. So yeah, I mean it's cool. It's a boring ass color. It's still a boring ass Porsche.
But I love it.
Harry,
Hard.
stop taking
It's
this
low
abuse,
key.
Oh, I don't
man.
care.
I know.
Stop
Hoss
taking this
only likes
abuse.
certain things.
It's the greatest
He doesn't
car.
like Huracans. He doesn't like R8s. He doesn't like any. It just has to be Hoss's car.
No, that's not true.
It has to be an Aventador with
No.
a straight pipe.
No, that's not true.
Neon green.
I like some Huracans, as long as they're not black.
Have you had a chance to drive the new Evo? Because
No.
I got the chance to drive one a few weeks ago, and I will say, I mean, I'm not the biggest Huracan fan. I can appreciate them, but it is one of the most amazing cars that I've driven.
But compared to the Perf,
Well, it is pretty much a mini
it's
Perf.
perfy. Yeah, right.
It
But-
is. I mean, the transmission is amazing. The drive is amazing. We got to put a set of HRE wheels on it for a good customer of ours. I got back, and I don't typically do this because, I mean, we test drive most of our cars just to make sure everything's good, especially out-of-state customers. But I came back and went straight into Craig's office, and I'm like, you have got to go and drive this car because
Really?
it's that amazing. The handling, so... Even though, Huracans are dumb, it doesn't in Atlanta. I think it's a huge Lambo community. That
true.
car is phenomenal.
There are a ton of them around. I mean,
Yeah.
I can admit that.
Yeah. I mean, Harry lasted a whole month in one of in his.
No, I had one for
Well, when it was
7
he
months.
lasted a month. He lasted 3 weeks, 2 weeks when it was blue. He lasted a while when it was black, and it was a
Yeah.
totally different scenario.
What was the one pet peeve that you had with a Huracan?
When it was blue, it was too flashy.
And the cup holder, right? There's no cup holder.
I made a cup holder.
Yeah, so the Evo has a cup holder.
And he ordered the cup holder part to replace the dash piece. Then he returned
$600.
Yeah.
It was a $600 piece to get a cup holder that's this
didn't believe
shallow, and so anything you put in will fall over. So I said,
crazy.
screw it, I'm returning this. And then I went on Amazon and they had a $15 cup holder that had the same stitching as mine. You wedge it between the seats. I put that in there. It's like OEM. It was perfect. Literally, it could hold 2 drinks too.
He loved it. It looked terrible.
No, it did not look terrible.
It looked janky as fuck.
It did not. It was great for what it was.
It looked like one of those things you drape over, like your grandmother has, that like over the side of her reclining chair that has like the remotes, holds the remotes and her drink and a few magazines. It looked like that on the passenger side of his car.
Am I allowed to take a call quickly because I got a 488 that's
Get
about
out
to
of
pull
here.
in?
Get out of here.
All right, guys. Fantastic to see you.
Thanks for setting it up, Danny.
Have fun. I missed the call anyway, but anyway, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
FLEXCAST, YouTube, Butler Boulevard, Caffeine and Octane. I'm out.
All right.
All right, so thanks, Danny.
Talking about bright cars, like yesterday I got a chance to drive Hoss car. When I say like this is a different experience.
The Wraith though, specifically.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't drive the Ferrari now.
Why not?
Thank you. No.
For some reason, Hoss just loves that
bright
mega
color.
ultra bright.
I like bright, fun cars. I mean, what's the point? What's the point otherwise? I think
because you enjoy it as yourself. The way that we enjoy our cars is because it's the car that we want.
Yeah, that's the car I want.
That's fine.
But I think the issue that Steve had was that it was just like way too much attention.
Yeah, I was parking. I was surrounded while parking. I was trying to park the car and I was surrounded by at least 10, 15 people.
Every time?
Riff.
Well,
probably twice.
Where were you?
I was
downtown.
I was downtown.
Oh, you took that car downtown. Come on.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Exactly. I'm like, eh. Also, he went and saw Con over at Hype 24/7.
Is that where you bought these
hooked
shoes?
Me up.
Yeah.
He hooked me up with something
Balled
nice.
out. I saw he posted those.
Yeah, when he posted, that's when I saw it. I was like, all right, I'm covered.
They were a good
He
price.
drove straight
they were
down
like,
when he posted it.
$800, $1,000.
Well, that's it?
I got the $4,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
Because I saw him and I sent it to our group because it's Blake's size, and he was like, "Ooh," but I was like, "I don't know. Those might be a little bit worn, but they look better in person."
I think it was the lighting.
It made it look really
I thought
worn.
the same thing. That the sides look super worn, but
He had
it's
the
not.
red one too, but for some reason it was not my size.
He doesn't
I got
sell.
pissed.
He won't sell anything in the case. They have a red pair at Full Circle Atlanta, used. Guess how much, Hoss?
4,000?
5,000.
Oh
Five.
my god!
Price has gone up.
That sounds like the cookies and kicks prices
The price has gone up.
from our mystery box, where I lost a
that
fuck
store
ton of
sells
money.
a lot though. So, that's,
By the way, we've since calculated the amount after we've sold those shoes from the video.
well, we calculated what you made. I still haven't counted because I still have a couple shoes that I kept.
Yeah, I'm at
4,000
like 55%
Man.
I'm probably.
of 10K.
I mean, I'll probably if I net everything, I'd probably be like 11.5, 12. So that brings us to like 18 total.
Yeah,
You made a
17.
good profit.
yeah. It's
Overall,
just
for sure.
worse. It's
For
just
sure.
worse for me. That's the fun of the mystery box, right? The mystery is you don't know if you're gonna get fucked. It was fun. So anyway, to explain to you guys who aren't here and you're listening or watching, we are at Caffeine and Octane, and it is the largest monthly car meet in the nation.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. I mean, you come here and there's probably 1,000 cars, and it's not just exotics. You've got exotics, you've got classics, and they've got themed months where they bring out certain types of cars. But it's just generally a very big car community. And Atlanta's a good car town, but Caffeine and Octane has been here for years now, and we've all been a part of it for a long time.
For sure.
But Bruce, one of the guys that owns and runs Caffeine and Octane, the brand, he might stop by and hop on the pod, but he's been very gracious to allow us the space. And then Dani, with his sponsorship in this area, has also allowed us to be here. So we're, it's a new thing for us. It's a lot going on right now, and it's interesting. It's new. It's fun. How do you guys feel about it?
It's a little chilly under this tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I was gonna just wear a shirt. Thank God.
I literally was gonna wear a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I would have been dying out here.
Oh, this is my new Represent hoodie. With the
Repping the brand.
Represent Owners Club, we'll repping the also for the rolls, makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, makes sense. Spirit of ecstasy.
So do you know what's his name? George Heaton.
Yep.
Is that why you guys are working? You've been working with Represent for a while?
Yep. I know him personally. Message and I tell him, send me everything early, please, because these are the 24/7 pant, and that's all I wear.
Right.
But they're coming out with shorts for summer, and I struggle with finding shorts the most.
This is all I wear now. Like, I love these ones.
But they made shorts of that. They just dropped them.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, send me the 24/7.
I just got this like this week on the new drop. But I also do like a new drop every other week, I feel like.
Yep.
Which is good for them. I mean, they seem to do well with it. But it's you should definitely also message him to send an additional size.
Nah.
All right.
I still haven't got a chance to wear those, but CC got me to wear these. That's Move. That's her.
Those are your old ones.
No, this is new.
This is the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks just like your old one.
No, it's different colors.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
That's Mood. So definitely check it out.
What is it?
Mood.
How do you spell that?
M-E-W-D.
It's like when you said goal, and I was like, what?
Mood.
Go.
Mood.
Mood. Is it mood? Like with a D or something at the end?
No, with an E.
Moo.
M-E-W-D.
M-E-W-D.
Mood.
Mood. See, I was right. There's a D on the end somewhere there we weren't hearing. All right, mood. Mood, but spelled differently.
Yeah.
Like what kind of mood is it?
Depends on the mood you're in.
So how many pieces do you guys have on it?
She have a lot. I mean, that's the men. That's the part she's starting with men with those jeans.
Yeah.
She's still gonna have more stuff coming out soon, for sure.
Like just she started with just a men's line of jeans. That's it.
No. We have a lot. She's even featured in what's that? I forgot that company name.
Is it a magazine?
Yeah, Vogue magazine.
Vogue. Yeah.
So she's gonna be featured for the next 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
next
cool.
3 months. Yeah. Be on the
Awesome.
lookout for that.
Good job. Good for her.
Yeah. Sure.
When are you coming out with your clothing line, Harry?
I don't know.
I'm actually wearing your hat. We're wearing the same hat.
We always got a match, right?
I did text him. I was like, hey, are you wearing your Butler Tire hoodie today? So that we weren't matching just in case. But I didn't ask about the hat. I do like this hat a lot, though.
I got a haircut, so I was just wearing the hat instead.
Oh, I am rocking the Shattered backboards. Oh, those are from the box, too.
Nope.
Oh, just different size.
Yeah,
I
sold
gotcha.
them.
Yeah.
But from our mystery box video, I'm rocking the Shattered backboards, which I'm a big fan of. Before I didn't get them because I had the other ones, the wolf gray and orange, and they were just a lot less expensive. And these are super expensive, especially for a used shoe. But they're pretty cool.
It's a little. Everybody was a little hesitant on them because they look like kind of like burned plastic as the look.
Really
I mean, it's patent leather with
it's
like a
wrinkly.
texture.
Yeah.
Wait, a textured
But
patent
you can
leather.
mute it. Actually, if you take a certain combination of whatever, you can make it what would be like a matte satin finish.
But why would I want to do that?
Because some people don't like that look.
Well, it's it seems like a very Halloween shoe to me too, because of that. Because my other orange one doesn't seem like that. And then I was wearing them the other day, and someone I was working with was like, "Hey, you really like orange." I was like, "Have you seen my car?"
Yeah.
Blue.
Well, okay, I'm talking about the rolls though.
That is too bright for me, for sure, man.
Yeah. So any negative interaction though when you were driving it? So by the way,
You really want to talk about it?
I'm not sure we explained this.
Oh, somebody called me your asshole though. For real. For some reason, I didn't even know the
switched
guy.
cars with Steve for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
I traded him my Wraith. I traded him the Rolls for his G-Wagon because I was shooting something with the media company I work with, and we needed a blacked out car. It's like a mafia car, and no mafia guy's gonna drive an orange Rolls Royce
that fight
or a
scene.
blue.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a fight scene thing too. But I needed a blacked out car, and I asked Steve, and he was like, "Yeah, sure." So we switched up, and he took the Rolls, and I took the G-Wagon. And the G-Wagon I haven't really driven; it's just there. And so Steve has been, he took it out.
Yeah.
What, for one day?
For one day.
And you had, so someone's called you an asshole.
Oh yeah, somebody called me.
Was it when you curbed your rim? I'd call you an asshole.
No, not even. It was in traffic. We were in traffic.
You were sitting in traffic with the windows down.
Yeah.
When the
And
windows
he put up his window though.
This is why Harry never drives his windows down. By the way, it's like an invitation to talk to you.
Well, I'm not as worried in this, but when I have my Lambo and stuff, yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, but I had a little while parking, thinking that I was gonna back up. That the camera, you know, when you go forward, the camera doesn't show anything.
It does
So
show some, just not like right there.
No, you have to actually back up and then go forward.
Oh, you don't know how to just press the button.
Oh, you see,
That's what I
didn't know
said.
that.
I told you. I said there's a. I said
I curved the wheel.
Well, I was like, press the 360 button, the camera button.
That was way after. I mean, I heard it. You know, when you just hear, and I was like, oh shit.
I do know what that's like.
Yeah, so
I've done it on that car.
Haas has destroyed those wheels many times.
I have, and I sent them off to get refinished.
So yeah, it's my turn now. So you can send both. Send both. Get it done.
Steve Venmoed me. He's like, I feel so bad. Yeah. I was like, you don't have to do that. He's like, it's bad. I feel bad.
Plus, I want to mention something that I noticed that I'd say about the same amount of people that are talking about like how your car looks. A ton of people mention your Montana plate. I've been hearing it so much.
It's weird, right?
It's
interesting.
Montana, because they know.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Well,
it was on the news too.
Well, it was, and by the way, nothing happened from that because it's entirely legal. But I mean, have we talked about it on the FLEXCAST yet? So basically, the whole concept is that. So I have two LLCs in Montana for businesses and stuff. But you don't have to do that. You anybody can have an LLC in Montana. You can register it. But the benefit is that if you have a business in Montana and you register your movable property, such as vehicles, in Montana, there is no sales tax or title ad valorem fee charged when you register it. So in Montana, for a very expensive car, you're gonna pay like maybe $500 to $800, right? Maybe $1,000, $1,200, for example. Whereas in the state of Georgia, someone else just pointed out too, when in the state of Georgia, when you register in Georgia, let's say you bought out of state or in state, it doesn't make a difference. If they didn't collect sales tax when you bought it, let's say you bought out of state, you will pay sales tax when you register the car.
I learned the hard way.
Yeah, and so on a $400,000, $500,000 car, we're talking a very significant amount of money. And so I mean, it was worth it for me to save $30,000 to do it under my LLC in Montana.
They even had me paying $8,000 for my C43 when I moved here.
For the Mercedes?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I saved that tax by trading in my last car.
But you trade it, right? So, if you trade it in, you have a credit.
$21,300.
Right, and the reason why is because when you trade something in a car against, say you're buying a $100,000 car and you have a $50,000 car, you're only paying tax on the difference, so the other $50,000, right? You get a credit essentially because you've already paid taxes, which doesn't make sense because the car, if you're not buying a brand new car, someone's already paid taxes already on that car. Which, again, why I don't believe in the practice. So anyway, I have most of my cars registered here, but on the other ones sometimes actually the Rolls I have registered here too. So the Ferrari and then a couple others. So I saved a good bit this past year.
Remember pre-quarantine or right at the beginning, we were talking about how much your Rolls price dropped, and they're like the 130s, and now they're probably like the 170s, 60s.
Well, I mean, it didn't matter. It was just more like it hurt me more then because I wasn't selling it. But
I was driving his, and I was like, I kind of like this. I was like, I might buy one.
I could pick one of these up. They're cheap.
I'll buy one for $130,000. That's pretty nice.
I mean, I think it is a great value. I think it's a lot of car for $130,000, but it's not that anymore.
And then my wife was like, I'm never riding in it. So.
Yeah, I learned that yesterday, man. I am never riding. Wait, what happened?
There's police here. Hello. How are you? Good to see you.
Just chilling.
Welcome. Thank you, DeKalb Police.
But yeah, man.
There's always a police presence here, which is welcome because you don't want a lot of hoonigans going on. It's really getting into it.
Harry always almost want to say like, "Yo, can you get away from my car?"
there's a dude right now.
There's a dude just
we're like 15 feet away from the car
right now.
It's good though. It's that's why we're here. It's like a very minute detail.
That's funny.
My car sounds amazing though.
You're very happy with it?
I like it.
So what are your impressions overall? Now that you've had it for 3 days now?
There's a lot more noises, induction noises, a ton more induction noises. A lot of like, you could just hear the air filters working.
Right. So I thought, when the day he got it, I was driving next to him in the Rolls and I was listening because the Rolls is quiet, and I thought I could hear turbos, but it really wasn't. It
sounds like a turbo whistle, but it does. It's the intakes because there's two intakes in the front. You have the intakes over the fender arches. You have the intakes on the side, and then you have the intakes on the back under the wing. So it's like there's a whole lot of downforce and aerodynamics happening. I can't wait to get this on Road Atlanta and see what the difference. Because I'm really glad actually that I got to drive the GT3 at Road Atlanta, and now I can compare. Hoss is crying because
it's gonna be a different experience. You're gonna have to watch your tail revving.
Now there's an Aventador SV revving, and Hoss is sad because.
Well, no, actually, I know the guy. I just chatted with him.
Our buddy Julian just sold his, and Hoss didn't buy it.
Oh yeah.
But
well, he got a 488. He joined the Ferrari
What would you have paid for that car? Realistically.
Well, he said it was having some problems when he sold
it. Did he give you a number? Or
no, he was like, I just got rid of it.
I mean, it had some miles.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't mind that. I mean, he drove it and rallied in it multiple times, so it made sense. But he just got a 488 though, a blacked out 488, and
I wonder how he's gonna like it. That's a lot more subtle than his car.
Yeah, it is, but he likes the drive. You know, he says it's a lot of fun to drive. So it's definitely a different change of pace, but I think he likes that change of pace. So we'll check in with him. He just got it like last week. So
he's like to me, this is my assumption of him is what I see is he's a one fun car guy. He drives it every day. And
if he's in the country,
and he's not looking to collect 20 cars. He wants that one fun car to drive that he can put a bunch of miles on and not care about it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is that he's just not like he's not usually planted in one place. You know, he travels a lot. He was living in Puerto Rico for a while, in California for a while. You know, months at a time. So he doesn't really have more than a base of operations in Miami. More than that, he doesn't really do. So it makes sense to have just a car for fun because he doesn't drive a whole lot. So it makes sense. So you can do that on a somewhat primary car basis, I would say. Not daily, because it's not daily. It's still a primary car. I think it works.
I would go down to just the GT3 RS, but when I have to go film in a store, I can't really. I mean, I can take my wife's car, but she's working or whatever. Like, I would just like to not have to like toy around, but now that I have the warehouse, I can take a car there. So is the warehouse ready yet? It is. Lighting got done yesterday by our friend Matt Kim. Yeah, I can say that, right? He's public with what he does. The lighting got done. So yeah, I mean, JL Lighting, guys. If you need all of your LED lighting needs, JL Lighting. I've invited one of my buddies. He can't come out here, so we might go hang out later. Might go to the warehouse. So if you guys want to stop by and come just hang out. Who else did you invite? My buddy Wade. I told Nick. Oh yeah, we could pull the cars and it'd be cool to just hang out. Yeah, okay. Sweet. Well, I'm looking forward to doing future FlexCasts maybe at the warehouse. Yeah, we can definitely. While you wash our cars. There'll be some cool sets to do. You're gonna wash our cars, right? Yo. He likes washing cars. I like washing my car when I have the time. I need 3 hours. Yesterday I started at 5 o'clock. It was the first wash. I had to do like a little inspection and everything. 5 o'clock, and I finished at like 8:30. But then I took a break and came back out and finished inside. Wow. But I was taking my time. Was it chilly at that point? No, it felt amazing. I had your windows all the way down, like whipping that Rolls Royce. So it's nice to actually drive that. Yeah. Right? Like it's a decent drive for how big and how heavy it is. I'm making Hellcat look bad. I was surprised. I don't know what he was thinking. It pulls, man. Yeah. It pulls hard. He was loud. I was like, that's not a Hellcat. I don't know. Maybe he had the badge or something, but. Well, you were talking about you could go down to just that. I'm not sure. I really am not sure. If I had to go down to one car, I'm not sure what car it would be. I think I lean towards this because with the valve, I can be a little more. No, you can't. Understand? No, okay, I guess not. There's no understated with it. I mean, with the color, yes. But when it's valved, it's not that loud. Yeah, it's pretty loud. Yeah, it's loud. Well, yours valve is like quiet. It's silent. It's like an electric car. When I got it, not now. Right, because you did your exhaust. I haven't heard since. If you wait till your launch control. All right, nasty. We'll hear it. We'll hear it. Do it in the warehouse so there's echo. No, but on the track, this is supposed to be loud. I mean, especially with the one you Look, I gotta say, I mean, as much as I hate on Porsche, like this is one of the most perfect track cars. Yeah. That's what we got it for. Yeah. Got carbon ceramics, which is not really a necessity with these cars, but... The tail haven't swung on you yet? You haven't pushed it that hard yet? What? Your tail, like, that's how this car goes. I can't hear. There's too many noises. No, I say... So the tail hasn't swung on you yet? A little bit. When I slammed on it, it's a lot more squirrely than the GT3. This one... Yeah. But they might be the tires, too. I'm getting new tires from Butler Tire this week or next week. Shout out. Shout out. Sport Cup 2s are going on. Right now we have Dunlop Race Dunlop race.
I don't know why it's such a popular tire.
It's what the factory brings on.
Really?
Half the cars are the Dunlops and half the cars are Sport Cup 2s.
That's factory? I don't think the Dunlops would be factory, but
some, I don't, maybe it's the Y-Stack package gets the Sport Cup 2s, or you could spec it with Sport Cup 2s, but most, like, I'd say probably 50-50.
Huh.
But the Sport Cup 2s look better. They're a thicker sidewall, so it fits the wheel gap better.
Yeah.
It's just it's an expensive tire.
I'm a huge fan of those Michelins. I mean, I think they're fantastic.
You got the Pilot Sport 4S.
I had the 4S's, I think.
You probably need some. What do you got on there?
He's got Michelin's on there.
Oh, he's got Sport Cup
I'm all
2s.
over the place. I'm all over the place.
You got Sport Cup 2s?
Yeah, he's got Pilot.
I'm gonna need some. The back and the definitely.
I think he does have Sport Cup 2s. Yeah.
I'm gonna need some drag wheel
Is there a
in
grip?
the back, but no, it doesn't. I'm all over the place.
Well, that's what happens when you put 1,000 horsepower.
How much is it with this current tune? How much is it right now, you think?
I'm waiting for so right now it's at 1100. 1100.
Just 1100?
1100.
Just 1100 horsepower?
Yeah, after the fuel pump, which I'm getting tomorrow, it's gonna be 13 and up.
Wow. That seems entirely necessary.
No, I mean in Georgia, most GTRs are 16 to 1700. Just saying.
That I don't know about most. I think the people that you hang out with, your GTRs maybe, but definitely not most.
Most GTRs, trust me.
How's it going, guys?
Most GTRs are around that, trust me.
No, most are not. There is not a majority of GTRs in Atlanta that are above
trust me.
there's a
1,000
lot.
horsepower.
No, there's a lot.
I agree, there's a lot. There's not a majority. I mean, guys, you're painting with a pretty fucking wide brush here.
No,
but like
if you
Nexus
just bought
sells
one,
like.
Yeah.
Nexus will have like 5 to 10 at a time for sale that I'm like, nah, they won't have 1,000 horsepower. They usually have like 1,000 horsepower.
I will make you $1,000 bet.
Oh, trust me.
If you
I come out with those guys all the time.
You go to the fucking tag office and you say, give me all the ones registered in the city of Atlanta.
Of course not.
What do you mean, of course? That's what you just fucking said. You said most of them are in Atlanta.
How are you going to tell if it has 1,000 horsepower based off the DMV records?
No, I'm just saying we'll have the number of how many there are. And then, how many do you reasonably think are modded to that extent?
You haven't seen? Oh my god! I gotta bring Haas. I'm just gonna have to bring you out so you can see what the fuck. Like, how is there so many GTRs in Atlanta?
To the GTR crews?
They barely drive.
Nah.
Some of these
Haas
guys
can't keep up though. Haas and I were tied with my untuned 580 Huracan. We were side by side. That was what, 200 horsepower difference?
I gotta bring you out one of those nights.
Yeah, I don't know.
We were side by side, and that was in sport.
We were at certain points.
Corsa.
We were at certain points. Yes,
and then I tuned it. We never raced after I tuned it.
We were at certain points, but we didn't race like from a complete stop all the way. And what we did do was like rolling stuff on the highway, but we didn't get to finish that either. So there was short spurts, but I will say the Huracan could keep up for sure. Like we were neck and neck for the short spurts that we did that.
Small car too.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. But
the GT3 is pretty long.
The benefit, I mean, look, that my F12 is not designed to be like a track beast, for just that. It's a lot of fun on the track. It's a lot of fun to drive in general, a lot of power, and it's a lot of fun in general. And it's a great GT car.
And I would when my GT3, turns could handle better, but then the straights, you didn't get to the point of catching up because it would have been really sketchy if you went full top speed into turn.
It would have been sketchy. But I was on your ass.
Yeah, but if you would have rode that out,
I had to brake quite a bit.
165.
I think you were just going a little easy after you had that sketchy moment.
Yeah.
You guys didn't even record it? No?
I had part of it recorded on my dash cam, but honestly, it's like mostly blown out, and it's just like it's just it doesn't come through. Recording the track that doesn't come through.
Gotcha.
Black, you gonna come join us? Come on, Black. Black, come on.
He's like,
you gotta go around.
Come on, go here, go.
He can squeeze under the. He got it.
You can move it, You don't have to destroy my lip. That's $4,000.
Now everybody's gonna try to do that to get through.
I know they're gonna watch him. You guys know Black.
You already know, man.
Come join us, my friend.
Testing. Is this thing on? How y'all doing out there?
What you drove in today?
I drove the M3. I was trying to finish the E36 before he got his car finished, but I had a few chances.
You've had a year, dude.
I had a few chances. Didn't happen.
How you been? What else is new?
Nothing much. I haven't been on FLEXCAST in 7 months.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, because it was right when I had my daughter. She was like 3 weeks old.
Oh, wow. That's
she's
true.
7 months now, so.
So how's it going? How's dad life?
It's pretty cool. I feel important.
Newborn dad life.
Yeah, I feel important. Like I work a little bit harder now.
Yeah,
because
I saw the other night you were out working till 10
10:30.
p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't clock out to
500
11.
packages.
Like 565 packages or something like that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was nuts.
I need to come back on the FLEXCAST and tell y'all about UPS stories. I got a lot for y'all.
I mean, you're on the FLEXCAST now.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it yet. I need my own episode.
Yeah, we need to do a full
think on
episode, a UPS episode.
How many people do you think follow you in your stories who also work for UPS?
A lot, because I get.
As soon as you say something, there's usually like some sort of response, like the next day or something like that.
Yeah, and then I get other drivers that I've never actually talked to at the hub come and laugh at something I posted on my story. I'm like, how they even?
Yeah, you don't even know them. Yeah.
So
yeah, and every time I used to drive around Atlanta, in the city where there were drivers of different routes, they'd send a picture to Black.
Yeah,
and then Black, like, I know where you are. He sent me a text and be like, what are you doing in Little Five? Or what are you doing at this place? I'm like, what? He's like, I have eyes everywhere. But yeah, that's how it is with car folks in Atlanta, and most of those folks are actually here at this type of show.
Yeah.
So it's interesting though. This is a whole interesting this whole live FLEXCAST thing.
Yeah.
It's our first time. What do you think so far?
It's pretty cool. I don't feel like weird or nervous or anything. We're still chilling.
Yeah.
We're just talking like we would be talking over there, just
exactly
into a microphone.
Well, so we have a very, very small speaker over there, and what we didn't do is hook it up to the main PA system that we have, because then like everybody on this side would hear it. And I think this is our first trial run.
Yeah.
I think it works. I think maybe next time we might actually go live and stream the FLEXCAST.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, I wanted to kind of give it a dry run, right? Check it out, do what we could do, and see how it went, and then maybe next time we'll do it. I think we might do it we have a giveaway.
Yes.
I think Black commented, he's like, I could use some Vossens.
I could.
So we'll probably announce actually maybe we'll get Dani back on today to announce maybe the next FLEXCAST. It'll be like a month from now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So set of new wheels are coming, new Vossens. I don't know if this is gonna be great. If people revving behind us right now. That's great.
Corvette, a nice like C3 Corvette.
Boring. You want to know what's more boring than your Porsche?
Oh my God, yo, he's
Wrong.
been coming for
Wrong.
his, I know, right?
Wrong. Did you hear me loud and clear? Wrong.
Hoss is the only one here.
Boring.
The car is amazing.
I mean, look, they're very impressive cars, especially considering how much they are for the budget, for the money.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I will give it that.
Have you drove it yet?
Driven the
GC3
Have you driven
RS.
any RS?
Yes, but not in any way that I should drive it to appreciate it. I've driven it softly.
Okay.
It wasn't mine, and it wasn't like a dealer car, so I was very dainty.
So you
with it.
weren't driving it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it should
I
be
can't-
driven.
That's what I'm saying. I can't really give it an opinion on that, but I will acknowledge it's a like I said earlier, it's a fantastic track car. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But that's not the barometer for like great cars to me personally.
It's not bright pink. If it was bright pink, he would love it.
Actually, lime green, I would like this car.
Oh my
lime
God.
green.
So
You've
close.
seen those lime green ones.
They do look pretty sick.
They're dope.
There's a lot of them for sale right now. Actually, there's a lot less
and
subtle.
orange ones. All of a
colors
sudden, there's
available.
more orange ones for sale too.
Lava orange. That was a launch color. There's a lot of those, so that's why I didn't want to go that color. That's not my favorite color, orange either. It's kind of reddish. I'd rather have like the older 997 bright orange, but I don't know if I'd even want that because I'm not Hoss.
It's fair. I mean, a lot of it to me is the color. Like if you're gonna, for me, the experience is all encompassing, not just the sound, not just the drive, but also the feel and the look. And I want to, look at a car and be like, wow, like that's fucking crazy, when I look back at it. But a lot of people don't. So, all right, well, thanks for stopping by, Black.
I ain't leaving yet. I just had to get my story right.
He pulled the
I found the FLEXCAST.
on the
We out here. I
FLEXCAST.
want
My
a
dad just
podcast.
pulled up. He's on the corner over there.
Who did?
My dad.
Oh, what's up?
He's
Yeah,
just
You can
walking
get
by.
somebody else on here.
Pretend not to acknowledge you.
You talked to
No,
Dani
he
yet?
waved.
Dani been on here?
Yeah,
You
he's
waved.
been on here.
You waved to his story, and my dad waved back. 'cause he thought
Oh,
you were waving
nice,
to him.
nice. I like
so
it.
I think, because I do car reviews on my channel too, and I've driven a lot of cars so far, and GT3 is the second favorite car I've ever
What's your
driven.
number one?
E36, but It was S54 swap E36.
You
it was like track built. I mean, it has slicks on it.
You do need to come drive the F12.
I am
going
to come drive that thing. Yeah, and I want to hear the because I still haven't heard it yet.
For you, I don't think it'll be top 1 or 2. I don't think it will.
Yeah.
It's a Haas car. It's obnoxious.
I haven't heard it yet. I want to get my real reaction when you start it up at your house. So
I'll rev the shit.
Let me back my car away before you rev it again.
Yeah, it's gonna burn your front bumper there. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I drove GTR. I drove a full bolt-on GTR. Probably not as fast as that thing. If you're scared of it,
he's about to do another tune and add like 500 horsepower.
Oh my God.
Hey, the fuel pump was limiting me, so I'm getting the fuel pump tomorrow, and then
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So how long is it gonna be? I got another chance. I got another chance.
Okay, you know what? This is why I decided to go to not top speed, but it's called Sisio Performance now.
Okay. I know them. I know them. Yeah,
because I've been going to bullshit shop. So
yeah. All right.
So I learned my lesson.
All right, I'm kicking you off, Black.
All right.
We gotta get Bruce on.
All right, y'all. Take care.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time, Black.
All right. Oh man.
All right. So, and if you're a first timer to the FLEXCAST, Black has been on the FLEXCAST before. As you heard, he's a UPS driver and has a lot of very entertaining stories with UPS. So, check out his channel. It's Black on YouTube, and we're about to have another special guest. We'll wait for him to come through. We've got a whole setup here with stanchions around.
Gas.
Oh yeah, it's because of all the
C3 Corvette behind us.
The vets revving behind us. Welcome, welcome, Bruce.
Bruce,
take a seat.
Welcome. How you doing, Bruce? All right.
So, welcome to the FLEXCAST. If you guys don't know, this is Bruce as the owner and showrunner of Caffeine and Octane, the brand. Is that correct?
That's it.
All right, give us a quick intro for our listeners.
So, Caffeine Octane, largest monthly car show in the United States, North America, and probably the world. There are cars and coffee events pretty much in every country around the globe, but Caffeine and Octane, since the TV show came out about 4 years ago
on NBC, right?
On NBC,
you can get a little closer to it.
Sorry,
or you can pull it.
And
there you go.
And it's also licensed in 70 countries worldwide.
Wow!
Now. So
that's what I'm talking
it's pretty cool. We get to see people travel from all over the globe to come see the one and only Caffeine and Octane.
That's fantastic. I love it. I've been a part of it for years now, and I'm a big fan and glad to have you on our show. So tell us how you came to Caffeine and Octane. Like, what was this born out of?
Yeah, so the original Caffeine and Octane event started about 15 years ago up at the Avenues in Cobb County, East Cobb. And it was started by a Delta Airlines pilot and a couple buddies that just wanted to get together, so they met up at Panera Bread. And of course, back then, people had email, but there was no real social media to spread the word. But car guys are connected, and they know whether
it's always a small community. Yeah.
And so word spread, and it got bigger and bigger, and finally they got thrown out of the Avenues. and
maybe
then
it's due to some noises and crowds
so forth. It's funny. It was in that particular area. There was a lot of women's shoe stores and nail salons, and
not exactly the
they didn't
primary
see
clientele.
The benefit of having a bunch of dudes hanging out on Sunday morning and keeping their customers away. And but then they bounced around, and eventually it got so big that the Delta Airlines pilot, great guy, he said, man, I've got a job, but I'm spending more time organizing Caffeine Octane than I am flying airplanes. And so he, right time, right place. Auto Trader, which is right back over here behind us, they actually purchased it from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so Auto Trader had these big plans. They were going to roll it out nationally and rebrand a lot of cars and coffee. And at the time, they were thinking about doing a public offering. And in the end, my luck was that they were down at the Georgia World Congress Center, and they were looking at doing another event down there. And the general manager of the center said, man, I like your ideas, but you really ought to call Bruce Piffky. Give him a call. He's our guy that does a lot of events around town, and I think he could really help you. And so 2 years, I was a consultant while they owned it, trying to figure out what they were going to do with it.
And you come from like an event background?
Yeah, so I've been producing events for 25 years.
Kind of makes sense now.
yeah. It's like any business. You know, you got to learn it, know it, and there's all the tricks of the trade. But
so you were the guy.
So I was the guy that they hired to show them what to do, and we were up at Windward Parkway. I don't know if you ever made it up there.
Yeah. That's when I first started coming to the show. Was Windward Parkway.
Windward Parkway. A lot of people kind of started.
Yeah, exit 11.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That filled up quick though. That show got very popular really quick.
Got very popular, and it couldn't grow. It was it had Home Depot on one side, which was opening at 7 a.m. on Sundays, and it was in an office building.
So you're kind of limited there by space.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So eventually, Auto Trader, change in leadership, change in plans, and they said, Bruce, are you interested in buying it? And I was like, I don't know.
For the right price.
Yeah, I said, yeah. And sure enough, because I had already started Caffeine and Exotics by then.
Oh, so it was technically separate.
Yeah, I started Caffeine and Exotics.
Separately,
Separately, and I thought, hey, I got something good working here.
Because that's when I started coming, was Caffeine and Exotics.
Square,
yeah, exactly.
And long story short, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
And that was what, like 5 years ago?
6 years ago.
Yeah, okay, about right, yeah.
So my very first Caffeine and Octane was the very last one at Windward. And it's a great story. About 4 o'clock in the morning, my phone starts going wah, wah, like an Amber Alert, right? And I thought, God, what alarm did I choose, thinking I was waking up to come to the show, and it was a flash flood warning. And it was 36 degrees, and it was pouring so hard. It was that perfect morning where you just think, what would I be willing to pay to go back to sleep, right? And I thought, nobody's going to be there. And I thought, man, it's my first one. I don't want to get ripped on social media for not showing up. And just in case there was one guy there. And so I got in my truck, going up 400. I mean, windshield wipers couldn't even keep up with the rain, I go up there, I pull in, and there's probably 100 guys there.
Really?
With their tents up.
Oh, man.
And I'll never forget it. And it really changed my whole approach and belief in what this could be. Because it made me realize it's so much more about the people and the connection and the friendships and that camaraderie than it is about the cars.
That's 100% true, because that's how we met, actually.
Yeah.
Us in general, we all met through cars and through events like this.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
It's awesome. And sure enough, one of the first groups I walked up on was the Prelude Club.
Honda, yeah.
And I thought, God, these guys, they were all huddled under a tent, and it was pouring down rain, and and I got to talk to them, and it was perfect for me, because I got to really walk around and talk to everybody that was there.
Yeah.
And I just remember leaving that day thinking, God, this is so much more than an event. This has such great potential.
So did you go back to them and say, I got an offer for you?
Yeah. So no, actually, I had already purchased it at that point.
Oh, okay.
But I knew that I had to move it. I knew that it was it needed more space, and because 99 out of 100 times malls will not let you do a car show, right?
Right.
But because I had done so many events around Atlanta, they trusted me.
You knew the right people.
Yeah, I knew the right people, and
makes sense.
And they
trusted you.
Yeah, and it's important. Like, I went to the city of Dunwoody, and I got their buy-in.
Right.
I went to the hotels, got their buy-in. So you get everybody on your side. It really helps.
You did the right way.
Yeah, moved it here to Perimeter Mall, and immediately, people loved it. Great location, equal distance to Cumming and Stockbridge and Douglasville.
Because I'm in the city, and I loved it when it was at Lenox.
Yeah.
But guys honestly, a lot of guys coming from the north, it was farther from them.
It's a good drive.
Yeah. And there's a big,
nice drive. That's why I say people like to drive their cars.
And there's a big community in the suburbs in the north.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to be here, which is right in the middle of the city, and then up in the burbs.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And Atlanta has great roads.
Yes.
On Sunday morning, you can actually
good
drive
highways. Where I am, the roads are the worst.
Yeah.
West Paces Ferry is perhaps the worst road in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
I constantly am replacing stuff. But I got a question for you.
Sure.
So, having been to the car community for a long time, running the show, what do you drive?
What do I drive?
Yeah.
So This is what makes everybody the most jealous, because I was in a meeting with the folks from Porsche, Jim Ellis.
Yeah.
And they said, Bruce, same question. Bruce, what do you drive? And I said, God, I've got a couple SUVs, I got a couple truck, business vehicles, practical. And they said, well, when people ask you that, we want you to tell them you drive a Porsche.
Fair enough.
So ever since then,
so you got a free Porsche?
Yeah, I got a free Porsche.
That's awesome.
I would drive a Porsche if it was for free.
Free. Yeah,
I'm actually not a big Porsche fan. I've owned 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge Porsche fan.
Yeah.
But hi.
So much fun.
They're very good cars.
Yeah, and they're a lot of fun. And
so which Porsche do you drive?
What I love right now, I'm driving a Macan Turbo, but I drive everything, because I rotate through about every 3 or 4 months, and for ease of getting in and out of, and not feeling every bump in the road, but still,
understood.
Being able to take off and handle. It's a great car.
So what do you think is one of the most exciting cars available to purchase today? Then,
wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a great question.
Because you see all types.
I see everything.
And from 100-year-old cars to the newest concepts to everything.
And that's, again, one of the things I'm the most proud of about Caffeine Octane is the way it brings people together, right?
For sure.
So you'll see people, I always say, people here talking to each other that if they were sitting next to each other on an airplane, probably wouldn't even make eye contact.
Right.
But when they get around cars, you see old guys talking to young people. I mean, everything's represented at Caffeine and Octane. So, I have to say,
Speaking of older guys talking to young people, Gray is a good friend and a longtime partner of Caffeine and Octane. And he's probably the most effusive and friendly guy you could meet, at a show like this.
Ever. Starting, I met Gray when he brought the Rolls Royce to.
Yeah, Gray has just for reference, Gray has a few cars, but the one he's referring to, and one of the ones he drives a lot, is his dad's old bulletproof Phantom, right?
Yeah,
and then he also has
tires,
bulletproof windows. And he even brought like the half sawed-off tire to show people and stuff.
Yeah.
He let people come in and stuff, and he also has an Aston Martin DB11 AMR.
Yeah.
So, but he's
just an unbelievable guy. So he brings it to Lenox Square the first time, and it blew people away because he opened up the doors,
let people sit in everything.
I
remember I was there. I was like, I don't know if I do that.
Pictures in and out. He probably had 200 people per show getting in and out of that car. And it was so great. Just he's big smile. Let kids go in there and climb around.
He's so gracious with not only his time but also just letting people, interact and be inside the car. Which honestly, I would never do. But most people don't do that with their cars. So it's definitely a different thing.
I tell you what. One time he let me drive that car because I had to get it down to the Atlanta International Car Show. He's letting us
which
use
we're loading in tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. And I drove it down there. And it was the quietest experience. Driving through downtown Atlanta, it was like, y'all may not remember, there's a show called Get Smart.
Yeah, of course.
The cone of silence.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was in the cone of silence.
Shoe phone. Yeah. These are younger men, but I get you.
You're in your cone of silence. Yeah.
Harry has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No.
But so getting to drive different cars, it's so fun.
Well, I want to thank you for not only having us here today, but also for putting on the show. I owe a lot of my friendships and 2 of my best friendships here to events like this. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for continuing to have an environment for people to gather around cars.
Sure, my pleasure. And I got to say, I really appreciate your support. That's what makes Caffeine Octane great. It's the people.
Of course.
Where else? You got 20,000 people here today walking around having a great time. Doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
And, and that's when it goes back to people like Dani at Butler Tire that have supported us since the very beginning. All the Jim Ellis group, all those guys been great to us. This is a nice view you got here.
Yeah, it is.
You got the Porsche corner, and Dani never disappoints.
He does not.
He shows up.
He printed these banners up like the night before, and it's our first time doing this. Outside of our own little studio or place, and it's been easy. It's been nice.
Oh yeah, Dani only knows one way to do it, and that's the right way.
Yeah.
And
really
with the show, one thing that I want to compliment is car gatherings alone are difficult. Like, you know,
logistically they're incredibly difficult.
People don't want loud cars in a parking lot. And, you know, that's just what people want to do. They want to gather. And at this scale, I know I can imagine the logistics of trying to make all this work, because the amount of cars, the amount of people, and trying to figure that out. Even with a parking lot as big as this mall, it's like you guys are probably even coming to capacity of what you can deal with here.
Yeah.
And it's like that comes with, you know, the success of it. And it's like I can imagine trying to logistically deal with that. So hats off to you guys for making that work.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, it takes a team. I mean, I've got probably 25 people here, plus all my Dunwoody police officers that are here. It takes a good group of people to really pull this off every time. But, you know, the community, you know, they know how to behave when, you know, they appreciate something.
Most.
If you don't want to lose it, if you appreciate what it is, you don't want to lose it, you'll behave.
Right. Yeah.
Like I've been going, like I said, it's probably been 9 years now. I was going to Caffeine Octane on Windward Parkway, and I would just literally every first Sunday go to that, and then as it evolved and moved, because that was, I don't know if you know that parking lot that it was in there.
I do.
It was small in comparison to this.
Yeah.
And that's where the roots of where I started going and seeing car stuff. So
Yeah. And that's what, when we moved here, it gave us the space to be able to say, you know, hey, we've got an area for car clubs. You know, we've got an area for exotics. We got an area for Porsches. We got classics. You know, everything is represented. You know?
Yeah, I love that. Because you've got you know, all walks of life, but also within the car community, which is pretty varied. I mean, equally, whether it's, you know, high-end exotics or it's the Mustang guys or you know, the Honda crew, whatever it is, the Prelude guys that are still around, right?
Yeah.
Everybody still, you know, considers this like the main show, the big show. Everything, basically every other car show is a spinoff of Caffeine and Octane. So
well, again, proud of the fact that we're able to keep those diverse groups together, you know, because a lot of times, you know, the German cars want to go their way, and the JDM guys have their own agenda.
You got the classics, you know, coming too.
It's just so great to see those guys. And I'll never forget. It was when we were up in the other part of the mall lot. There was an older gentleman that he brought his hot rod. I mean, old hot rod, and you know those guys are fading, you know.
Yeah.
And old hot rod, it wouldn't crank after the show, and there was a young group, probably 18 to 22-year-olds, and their, you know, JDM cars had pulled into the lot after the show, and he walked over and asked them if they would mind helping him push his car up on his trailer.
Yeah.
They didn't hesitate. I mean, they jumped behind it, pushed him up on that trailer, and then they sat there, and he talked to them for like 45 minutes, telling them about his hot rod, and they were mesmerized. Then the coolest thing was he followed them back to their cars, and then he was walking around with them, and they were telling them about all their cars. Couldn't be more opposite people, but
makes sense.
Car life brought
guys
them together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was talking about that. I would have never met you guys if I didn't come to Caffeine and Octane.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So
I've had people that want to get married at Caffeine.
Did you let them?
Yeah.
Really? I don't think I saw that. I don't think I saw a wedding here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, thanks for coming on. I know you're a busy man. You're running the show right now, but thank you for taking the time to chat with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Really appreciate the support.
Yeah, and this is going well. So maybe, you know, we'll do it again. This has been pretty easy, and Dani, you know, made it a good spot for us.
Oh,
so
I hope you will.
Yeah, I think next month we might announce a giveaway and have it here next time. So thanks for having us, and thanks for coming by.
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it, Bruce.
All right, take care.
We'll see you. All right.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That's a special guest that, you know, nobody else is getting a chance to chat with Bruce, and he's often running around making sure things run well. And we've all seen him before.
Yep.
I mean, and he'll do anything, directing traffic to making sure you know the police presence right, to crowd control, etc. So
it's an F430 Ferrari.
It sounds interesting.
It's a weird tone. It's a V8, right?
Yeah, it's a highly tuned V8, but I mean, it still sounds good. I like it
for a V8. Yeah.
The downside with that era of Ferrari is that you didn't get like that grumble that I like, you know.
Yo, I was just thinking about that Ferrari. That's the Ferrari that made my channel.
Oh, the F430. That's right. His first video was
my first video was
driving around with the mod
F430 around.
for like no words, no dialogue.
We got a Neville racing hat in the corner over there. Shout out the No Racing hat.
Thanks for the support.
That's the first one I've seen in the wild.
We're all tripleting.
Yeah, I've been rocking mine all week, man.
Dude,
I wear this hat all the time.
I do too. I love the hat. Eric was wearing it on another channel. He has a whole video wearing it on the crazy guy. I think he's a Greek guy.
Oh yeah,
Phidias.
Yeah.
He has a channel. He did a video there, and I think he's wearing it the whole time on that one.
He's coming here this weekend, so
I actually FaceTimed with him yesterday.
is he getting us in?
Well, I didn't ask him about that. Actually, I said I heard Harry told me you're coming in for the fight, which by the way we should talk about. That's very interesting. But I said I know you've done the cross country drive in a smart car. If you haven't seen it, he had the video. Or
I saw that.
yeah, I mean he's not a short guy. He claims he fit comfortably in there, but driving cross country, I'm not sure that's comfortable. But I said, well, since you've done that, do you want to come with me while I drive the hovercraft across the country in the rolls? He was like, that's interesting. So I'm chatting with this logistics guy to see if we can figure that out. What's with everyone taking pictures of our plates today?
Montana.
No, but yours too.
Oh.
The other dude, remember that dude was taking pictures?
He was
right
looking
there?
at that was my exhaust.
All right.
He was looking at the
Yeah.
exhaust and he started touching it.
I don't know why he was doing that.
I don't either. That's the second person I actually saw do that.
That was
Yeah.
weird. That was weird.
Also, who was that lady?
Oh, I'm not sure.
That
I
was
thought you guys knew that. Lady.
No, I was
She
just like,
pregnant. Or something like that.
Toss's mom walking through.
Yeah, I
was
thought.
like, nah.
I was like, yo, you guys got to be related to her. or
I
something.
paused and I was like, what? Because she walked right there. And I was
Yeah.
like, we clearly didn't go close enough.
She didn't know how to get out.
We can't
She
not
had
get
no
any
map.
closer without hitting each other's cars.
It's but now we know. Now we know for next time what we're going to be doing.
We can't rely on
We're just so
cars.
magnetic. I think
We
that's
just
what
can't
it
rely
is.
on cars to be our barrier.
Yeah, exactly. We need to rely on Kusha to be our bouncer. He can't even hear us right now, but thankfully,
still going right now.
he's standing right there, so nobody else is gonna go. But we need security here.
But that was crazy. She fit in there. Like, she just slide right in there.
If he wants to. Hey, Dad, do you want to come on?
You want to
Hop
come join
on.
us?
If you can squeeze through
Papa
there.
Neville's coming through.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, either one. Yeah,
So this is my dad, Keith, coming on the show.
Oh, he's going around.
he's been on a couple of your videos.
Or you want to squeeze?
Where'd he go?
You squeeze under there.
Right under.
He's trying to find a way in.
He's trying to find a way. It's funny. He can't find a way in, but people are like finding ways in here.
There we go. We're in.
There we go. Welcome, Papa Neville.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is my dad,
What did
Keith.
I miss?
You missed people trying to walk through here. In between right there.
Move the mic real close to you.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool.
There you go. So welcome. But you're not a stranger here because I see you here often at the car shows.
Yes.
Comes
I'm
out
amazed
like
how many
cars.
people come out. It's awesome.
Well, today Bruce stopped by and told us there's about 20,000 people today. So
That's an insane number.
yeah,
for-
I mean I knew it was a lot, but that's a lot.
That's a lot of
That's a
people.
lot. That's more than I
didn't
thought it was.
expect that number.
Yeah, and
That is.
it gets bigger than that
a
sometimes.
lot of traffic.
So what did you
Yeah.
drive here?
My truck.
Oh,
Range Rover.
okay. All right. So
Yeah.
what do you think about Harry's recent switch that basically is the same car but a little more racy?
Love it.
Yeah?
I'm glad he did it.
You're a
He-
big fan?
Back
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
day, he always used to we drive by the Porsche. He's like, man, I would love to get a GT3. He'd see it and I'd be like, Dad, you don't need a GT3. There's a roll cage in it. I was like, were you going to drive
Right.
it like
so you're
that?
gonna be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
100%.
And then when he said he was getting, I was like, remember we used to talk about that all the time.
damn.
And he was
Get
just talking about
that.
getting a roll cage too
Yes.
for his
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Have you bought one yet?
I have not, but Eurofed's going to take care of me.
So you still have the Range Rover?
Sure.
Harry's moved on from the
I'm
Range
not
Rover.
like Harry every couple months.
6 months.
I'll hold on to it for at least 2 or 3 years.
And then you'll go to a Porsche, you think? Back to work, because you had the Panamera before
yes,
that, right?
Panamera.
And then before that, you had a 911, right?
No.
No?
Well, for a weekend.
I had.
Yeah, that's
I
what it
had
was.
Yeah,
You had it for a
weekend.
moment,
I,
for a
I had
moment.
the S convertible for
Carrera
a
S
weekend.
convertible.
And why did you get rid of it?
It's pretty stupid. I got it. I didn't realize it was a demo.
Okay. Oh, like it was it was already titled and had miles
It
on
had
it?
It had miles on it.
And you thought you were buying it
I
brand
was
new.
buying it new. I wasn't paying attention, and then I was like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable because the car I traded in was a Panamera, and it only had like 6,000 miles, and this car had 16,000.
Oh, you're getting an older car then,
No,
well,
it was
a more
it was
used
a new,
car.
It was a new car, but it was
more
just a
used.
demo.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. So I just called the dealer on Monday, so I'm bringing it back, and then I got another Panamera.
So, but while you had for the weekend that you had it, then Did you enjoy that car?
Yes, it was nice.
And
Convertible, fun car.
Convertible, nice, yeah. And,
Yeah, it was nice.
But usually the buyers for that aren't switching for a Panamera though.
No, and it's not practical. Once I got it, I was like,
Practicality, especially because we like to go out, we all like to ride together, and you have to take 2 cars. And
right, and that's what we did that weekend.
Right.
We took 2 cars. My wife took hers. I took that. It's like,
Because Harry was just saying he could go down to just this and let go of the practical M3 and just go down to this car.
I said I would like to.
I don't know if Sophie would give him permission.
Well, that's what he was saying. He's like, I don't know if I have to use my wife's car for this
Yeah, I'd have to
stuff.
use her car to go to film and all this. So,
But you already have to park one of your cars away from your area, from your driveway to have enough. I mean, you need to get to a point where you have the parking to support your car addiction.
yeah. Well, now I do with my
I
warehouse.
speak from
so
experience. I mean, yeah, that's true.
now I'm set.
When I had an office, and even when I had I had a 1-car garage and a driveway, which was really annoying because you had to move the car every time you wanted to take another one out. I still had 4 cars at the time, and I had parked 2 cars at my office. So I get it.
How many are you down to now? How many cars?
I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Still got that truck, yeah.
5.
5?
Yeah.
What's the max that you've had at one point amount of cars?
Well, like holding titles and stuff, probably 7. But I usually am pretty good about switching them out at the same time. Like I might buy one and have 2 for a month. Of the same type of car, because I like to switch them out, like convertible for convertible, or fun car for fun car, SUV for SUV, sedan for sedan, wife car for wife car.
Well, the good thing is with the market right now, you can sell your car.
It's good to sell. It's not great to buy.
He
No,
sold
not at
3
all.
cars in the past.
Yeah, I've sold and I've sold 3. Yeah, 3, 4, 3 cars.
No, 3.
4 since
4.
in the last year.
Wait,
Yeah.
Tesla too?
Well, 5 then.
The Tesla. I don't know if we got the Tesla.
We got the Porsche, we got the Tesla, we got the Raptor, the Maserati, and the Aston. And in that time, I've only bought 2. So I'm condensing.
And Steve has bought none in the time.
Steve should have been.
I love my car.
Is that yours, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah, the
That's
GTR.
nice.
He doesn't even know because he's never seen it. Because Steve hasn't had it like running for the last year.
It was a whole year.
A year. Yeah, he's literally had this for more than a year, but it's been in the shop most of the
I used
time.
to push this. Like I used to be out with Matt every day.
I remember I was with you, but
Yeah.
I had cars that worked after that.
It's because I decided to upgrade it. So I decided
How much
to
have you-
rebuild the engine.
How much have you sank into this in the last year, and you've not been driving it? How much have you sank in it? 60,000?
Oh, more than that.
More?
Wow.
70,000? Yeah.
Just keep,
Should have gotten rid of it.
We told him at the beginning of quarantine, we said, look, Steve, this is a little deep of a hole. Maybe you should rethink it. He's like, I don't know.
This was a year ago.
We said,
year
get
ago.
out.
Still today, I still don't see a car that I like. I mean, I like this car, but I don't think I'm ready for this car.
He's
right
talking
now.
about Harry's Porsche.
Yeah. So
What
it's
about
like,
that bright
No,
Ferrari?
that is definitely.
Plus, see, the attention that is brought from those cars makes people like Steve and I just not even want anything
Yeah.
close.
I honestly half the time don't even notice anymore, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not like bothered by it, even when it is there, which is definitely there.
I've
It's not
never been
bothering me.
called an asshole, and I got called an asshole yesterday driving his Rolls Royce.
Yeah, we switched cars the weekend.
Yeah.
and he's been heckled basically.
Oh my.
But you
sounds
know,
like
friends?
Sounds like my experience.
no, by randos.
Yeah,
Wow.
random people in traffic.
It happens.
Yeah,
Well,
parking is even worse.
although in traffic, I was in downtown Atlanta 4 days ago, driving the rolls, windows down, smoking a cigar, and a guy pulls up, and he's a listener, by the way, and he goes, "Hey, I was like, whoa, what the fuck?" He's on a bike, and he was like, "Love the FLEXCast," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, appreciate it." That was the first FLEXCast spotting.
You should have
I've had.
switched with him. Let him drive the car. You rode the bike.
Oh yeah,
that would have been great.
That sounds like a great idea. That's also the most common thing, I guess. Like, people roll on the windows like, hey, they're very
trade
concerned. Like, they
cars?
really want me to hear them, and they're like, no, hey. They're like honking and stuff. Like, what's up? And they're like, trade cars? I'm like, yeah.
He's driven your Rolls before.
That's right, you have.
Yeah, it's a great car.
I'm a big fan. I mean, you probably don't want the orange
No, if it
No,
was
but the
black.
funny part, I tell people I drove it and we got carry out. So we pulled up
That's true.
Super Rica and they come out and deliver our food. It's pretty
oh my god,
pretty funny.
That's Haas lifestyle right there.
I mean, it's all the same to me. But I do understand. I'm not like saying it's for everybody, but I do understand why you guys would not want to drive, crazy, bright, super loud cars.
Well,
I
your
get it.
car's not loud.
Oh, it's
I'm kidding.
Blow your eardrum out.
Right.
Have you heard this one?
back when we went to watch a football game up in Alpharetta, you had it.
Oh.
We were about a mile down the road.
That was before.
Oh,
it is
really?
totally different exhaust.
It is ridiculous.
I've since straight piped it. Yeah,
It's
so
totally
it is
illegal.
I keep asking Harry, I want to put it on new pipes in my wife's car on her Macan, and he's like, no.
It's hard to find. He wants it to sound like the S, but she has the regular, and I'm like, I don't know which route to go, because if you get an actual exhaust, it's going to be too loud. It's not going to be clean like that, but
there's no middle ground for that.
But I don't think that the S, like if you find a takeoff S exhaust, I don't think it's the same thing.
I don't know. The only way to find out is to do it.
She wants the growl, but I
mean, I think that S exhaust is probably like $3,000 from
really
used. The factory Porsche.
That's
people
a lot.
love to charge a lot of money for those.
Jeez,
which is
that's
not
a
worth
lot.
it at that point, because you can get aftermarket for $1,000.
You might as well just switch the car if you want to do that.
I say you can just chop a muffler off and put a pipe in there.
Just old school straight pipe and just cut it off. And
cut a cat off and you're good.
Just cut it. I did that on my 6 Series, and I like the sound, but I wouldn't do it
Steve, have you
again.
noticed your car's getting the most attention?
Different groups, right? So it is getting the most attention from that group.
Haas's car gets the most attention for his Montana plate.
Yeah, for sure.
Haas is getting the most pictures.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because it's
There's
super
a dog
bright.
that had a yellow collar, and the girl put it next to it. It's
Well,
funny
the
to get her
banana. You see
picture
the banana
taken.
guys? Because they're dressed in banana suits.
The bananas, he's not there. He took it off.
There he is. Oh, no banana.
What happened to the suit?
They all split up.
They
so no more
split up.
banana.
They broke the band up. If you were in banana suits, we might have brought you on. But they worship yellow cars. That's actually amusing. I find it quite funny.
And Miatas.
That I can't get behind, but I get the yellow parts. Anyway, so yeah, it's
Steve, what year is your car?
17.
So, Dad, I met
doesn't
Steve
matter.
because I was driving in Buckhead and I drove
that's
past
right.
a GTR.
yeah.
I was in my black GTR with these same rotiform wheels, and I'm like, that is my same car with the exact same wheels. I was like, who is this? So then I pull around, I was like, yo, nice car. He's like, thanks. And I get home, and I think I looked him up on Instagram, or I followed him already, and I realized that he was a YouTuber as well. And so at that point, you probably had probably 1.5 million subscribers, 2 million, and I probably had I don't know, 600,000 or something. I think I followed him already, and so then we connected that way.
Harrison
But
subbed. Right
we literally
then.
had the exact. He has the newer year. My GTR was a 2015.
I think
When did they
15. I
switch
think
the
after
year
15.
over?
After 16.
60. So I had a 15 black edition that had the exact same wheels, same calipers, same color. So we were twins.
Boring.
So did you know Haas first or Harry first?
I think Haas for sure.
No,
So
met Harry
you
first.
met versus being friends.
Yeah.
He met Harry first.
Okay.
And then we went on a trip. I met you through Matt.
Yeah, true.
And I met Haas through Matt, but Steve
through
I
car
met
stuff
through that.
at a Butler, by the way. Yeah, so it's always been car stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so I met Matt through Caffeine and Octane.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it's it's always something like that with the car community, which we were just talking about with Bruce on that it brings people together. But I've never been one to be like, hey, I don't want to talk to you because you drive a GTR. It's not like that.
But you're like, sell your GTR right
But
now.
I'm get rid of your fucking GTR because it's terrible.
It's been
So if
2
you-
years.
So if you sold it, could you make any money
How
out
much?
of
Yeah,
it?
how much do you think you'd sell that for right now?
150.
Anybody want to buy this piece of shit?
No,
I mean,
no.
this amazing GTR.
1,000 horsepower.
Who wants to buy 1,000 horsepower GTR? Anybody? We'll sell it right now.
I got a better
90
idea.
grand.
Let's trade it for some sneakers.
Yeah.
Well, that might be the next
the
step
big
that we
one.
have to do.
We got to send it because that video didn't. I mean, we'd hoped it would take off, but it didn't.
Honestly, it's everyone I've talked to is like, it is the best video that you've ever done.
He called me. He's like, dude, I watched that video and I was cheering. I was jumping
I
up
was
and down for
jumping
you.
up and down.
It's a great video, isn't it?
It's a great concept and
it-
should continue on.
And the editing is fantastic.
Everything
I
was
mean,
perfect.
It's fantastic. I mean, even people who don't watch your videos normally are like, that was incredibly entertaining.
No, literally, I get texts from people who are my friends that don't watch my videos but watch that one, and they're like, wow, that
That
was
is fantastic,
incredible. They're like,
yeah.
I want to text you personally, let you know that was a great video.
And the comments, like normally, you talk about YouTube comments, they're very negative generally, right?
Right.
The comments overwhelmingly are like, best video I've ever seen
Besides
on this
the
channel.
comments if you got scammed because.
Well, yeah,
you lost-
it's true because they're like, oh, Haas took a massive L. Also true.
Well, it wasn't too bad.
It was pretty bad.
80,
Oh, no.
100?
No.
No?
So we were just talking about it. I basically am going to net in cash because their prices were insane. About $5,500. And
Is
Harrison.
that after the UNC?
Yes. Yeah, because you PayPal me like $3,700. So that's an assumption still.
So
I'm going to max out at $5,500. And you're going to do $12,000.
But that is priced to sell, and we sold within 4 hours. We sold everything within 4 hours. So
which I was like, we should have put the prices up higher.
I think I have to now because we sold the whole website.
They're pretty low.
They're competitive.
Every shoe sold out
because I wanted to sell.
Yeah, you wanted to move. But 4 hours. I mean, there were people watching the video like, hey, I went and they're all sold. Like, I wanted to buy this one.
I had so many people message me.
But you're going to clear 12, 13,000.
Probably 11,500, 12,000.
All right, 12,000. I'll get 5,500.
Next time.
Yeah.
Because I still have one shoe that I haven't sold, the $4,000 Supreme Orange Supreme Highs, the Dunks.
Right. So you're going to be even better than that.
No, that 11,500.
You're including that. Okay.
So, Hoss, we're talking about going to the Bahamas, gambling.
I'm in.
I know, because I said to Harry,
Say no more.
I said, Harry, I am so nervous to be with Hoss because if he loses, he's going to go crazy.
I'm going to double down. Absolutely.
Right.
I hate losing.
We get rowdy at the casino, like with our group, but with you, it would be we'd get kicked out.
And Piffky?
We would probably get kicked out because it'd be 4 a.m. Hoss puts 10 grand on black.
First of all, casinos don't kick you out when you want to spend more money.
But if
they say here's a suite, they say here's a suite, here's more chips.
We've been pushed out of a casino.
We jump table to table down to one. They're like, you got to go. We're like, come on, just one more hand.
My grandfather, after a night of gambling and drinking, it gets a little out of hand.
Sounds perfect.
Did Harry ever tell the story where Piffky had 2 chips, $5,000 each in his pocket?
No.
So he's wearing sweatpants.
Oh, where he lost them?
Well, here's the story. So he's wearing sweatpants.
He did tell me this.
Did he tell you about it?
Yeah, go. Tell.
So he went in the morning to catch him out, but the cage wasn't open yet for him to do it. So basically, he sat down on a bench waiting for it to open, and then he got up and goes to the cage to cash it in. He's like, shit, they're gone.
Where'd they go?
So he runs back, and they're laying right on the seat where he was sitting. We're like,
how long between?
It was like maybe 10 minutes, but can you imagine leaving 10 grand on a seat? He ran back so fast, and they were sitting there.
I've done that actually, but not with chips. But I've done that.
Yeah.
Well, the people that work there and clean and stuff, that's what they look out for. They
look for that.
Yeah, because they know that
that's their come up.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So we got lucky, but.
One time Matt Kim left his like $6,000 rig, his camera, everything set up, his whole thing at a gas station, and we were driving through somewhere. We were on a drive, and we were so packed in. It was only a 2-lane highway, so packed in, and he calls me, and I'm at the rear end because I blocked traffic with my rolls, and I was rattling in the rolls. I blocked traffic, and then everyone went through, and then I was bringing up the rear, and he calls me.
I remember that.
Oh my God! He calls me. I lost my camera. I left it there. We're a mile away, and I was like, don't worry. I put the car in park in the middle of the street, and I ran on foot back because we couldn't move the cars. I ran back. I sprinted. And sure enough, it was sitting right there on top of a trash can at a gas station. Yeah. And
that's lucky.
Hopefully, maybe because no one saw, but also because they're like, it's that valuable, right?
Yeah, I think most people nowadays would know.
Then maybe. And then I got it, and I was like, all right, we're good. I got back, and everybody was, we were like, what the hell? But then they're like, all right, it makes sense.
Like, we couldn't back up. We couldn't hit a U-turn.
It wasn't ideal. It wasn't ideal. There was a lot of angry people.
So we got to set the date for the Bahamas.
I'm in. Doesn't matter.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Labor Day?
We have a room credits from the last, because we were
I don't know when Labor Day is. When is Labor Day?
It's going to be September.
That's so far away. I don't even know if I'm going to be alive then, Keith.
You will be.
But I hope so. And if I am, I'm there. And I'm trying to figure out when I'm supposed to drive my rolls towing the hovercraft in the next few weeks.
I heard you got that.
Yeah. So I got called, by the way, Dell over at JDA Marine, shout out. He services a lot of older boats and stuff, and he's the only guy I could find who services a 2-cycle engine, which is basically a snowblower engine on this hovercraft. So I bought a hovercraft, and Black, who was just here, and Greg,
right
we tried to wrench on it, and we couldn't get it to. Well, we got to start once, and we couldn't keep it on. And then after that, we couldn't get it to start again. So he calls me yesterday and says, it's ready to go. You can come pick it up. So I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. And now all I'm waiting for it, Eric and I are going to do some videos.
So where are you going to take it? Where can you?
Probably, I'm going to drive it across the country, and I'm going to do some random stuff with it on the way. Assuming, I don't really know, and then when we get to LA, we'll probably do something where I won't be coming back with it. I don't think I'll be coming back with it. I'll put it that way. I don't think I will return with the hovercraft.
Or you could return with something else on the trailer.
That would be a very Eric thing, trade up to something else.
You can trade for the couch that he bought.
actually, by the way, for reference, I texted him when he bought the Logan Paul couches, and I said I will actually buy them but he was like, "Oh, I'm planning to do a whole series of them, basically." But I actually wanted to purchase them to own because they were the carbon fiber ones, and it was a great series.
You wouldn't be at 1 million subs without that series.
I totally agree. I understood, but I was dismayed because I was like, I actually want to own those couches. Did you see them before?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're Mercedes-Benz couches. They're like it's like a semicircle, basically, huge kind of circular type thing, designed by blah 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 whatever.
Mercedes-Benz.
But like there's a guy, like a designer guy, and it's like all of the structure is carbon fiber, and they were $90,000. $90K.
Look it up now.
He sold them for $17,500.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I think he paid like 50 or 30 or something. He said he paid when he bought the house they were there.
He paid a little bit. He paid a little bit less for them to keep them there. Okay. But they were $90,000 couches, like retail, right?
Okay, gotcha.
$90,000, and then Eric paid $17,500 for them. And I texted. I was like, "Hey, I don't know what you're doing with them, but I will buy them." And he was like, "Oh, sorry, bro. I'm gonna do a series of them." So, well, hopefully we'll do a series with the hovercraft, and maybe something else will work out. I don't know. I really have no idea. I'm just game for anything.
Maybe you can drive it next weekend to the flight downtown. That'd be take Eric down there.
So we haven't talked about that. I don't. Well, Harry, he's talked to Harry. He hasn't talked to me about it. I don't think I'm getting in.
He said I'm going to try to get you in, so we'll see.
Yeah,
because it's a private event.
He's going to try to get you in.
It's a private event.
I don't know how far the circle is going to extend.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe I'll pull Eric and try to sneak in.
Don't say that now.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where is it being held at?
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
So it's there's a few big fights at the same time.
I'm surprised they're not doing fans though, because of the restrictions here are lifted now.
They're doing some fans, not a lot.
Because
right?
the battery was like full the other day yesterday for a Braves game.
Yeah, it was absolutely full.
I think it's 90% capacity right now.
So, so they're not doing all fans; they're just doing some fans, or what?
I guess, but I don't know. No, at the Mercedes-Benz they're doing none.
None at all.
0 fans.
So it's just like friends and family, basically.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And Justin Bieber's performing and all that.
I mean, it's pretty big. Hang out with the Biebs. There's a drone over there going by, checking stuff out.
People are starting to clear out. It's coming around 10:20.
Well, the early folks start leaving. We're you're supposed to clear out for another 40 minutes or so. I was just checking that right now, but you're going to hear inevitably a lot of revs and stuff like that. And Harry's really good with picking out what cars they are.
He's very good at that.
All I know is they're either shit or awesome. And most of them are going to be shit.
Oh, man. You're going to have a lot of car guys hate you, Hoss.
I always do, and I give 0 fucks.
The only thing is it has to be a loud V10 or a V12.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
There's amazing sounding V6s. There's amazing sounding
The only
V8s.
exhaust I want to hear are V10s plus.
So what's on yours, the new one?
V10.
V12.
V12?
V12. I've mostly had V12s in the last few years, except for the Maserati GT, which is a tuned V8, and it sounded great. It was convertible, but
it sounded like a V12. I thought it was.
No, it's just a great.
The Aston Martin was a V12.
Yeah, that thing was a V12 and very loud. Wow. But I'm a huge. And before that, my Bentleys were V12. Like I'm a big V12 guy in general. And if they made a V12 truck, I would have been down with that too.
So when your neighbors, landscapers come and start blowing on the weekends, you just start the car up for competition to give it back to them.
Actually, I hear, so when I go walk down to my car and I open the garage door, the neighbor, there's a couple kids, and they're like, which car is he going to drive today? And they hear it start, and they're like, it's the blue one.
It's the blue one.
Well,
it gets pretty loud.
There's a V12 G-Wagon.
I didn't know that.
It's a G65.
So the problem with that is it's a G-Wagon and it sucks.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever.
I've never been a fan of G-Wagons.
It's like a 2008.
I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that existed.
Yeah, I think it's the G65 V12.
I didn't even know that existed. That does sound pretty cool.
Imagine straight piping Brabus.
Actually, there's a guy who has a pretty dope G-Wagon. I want to say Regal Theaters, because his last name. He was at a Caffeine Octane event and a Caffeine Exotics. I saw him there, but he has a G-Wagon that I would buy. It's like highly modified. Pretty dope.
Brabus or something.
Huh?
It's probably a Brabus or something.
Brabus?
Brabus, yeah.
Brabus?
Brabus? That's how you say it?
Brabus, guys. Brabus.
I think it's Brabus.
Brabus? Is Brabus?
I think so.
Brabus?
That's what
whatever it is, it's a
RDB
Mercedes
says.
tuner, and it's lame. No, I'm kidding. I actually like it quite a bit.
Are you going to just trash every car that's a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini?
Well, we can't
Steve,
see a ton of cars from here.
I think you got to buy it for your car right there.
We can't see it. Yeah, there's a G-Wagon over there. We can't see a ton of cars from here. But that lime green 458 looks pretty cool.
That's got to be a wrap.
Oh, it's no doubt a wrap. It's no doubt a wrap.
Because they did not make that from the factory.
No. But I mean, I think it looks fun.
Well, did you see Philip Pline had a green like that?
Yes. He had multiple.
812 or F12?
812, F12. He had like 3.
But the one that he got sued over by Ferrari.
I think that was in the back of an F12. It was a modified F12,
yeah,
though.
Yeah.
And he put his shoes on. Yeah, we've talked about it before. And Ferrari was like, don't do that with our brand. And like, well, you don't understand your fucking brand. And it was just a bad move by Ferrari. But you know, owning the Ferrari now, it's a different group. It's a different type of clientele and people who are fanboys of it. So I get it. But you know, there was a McLaren that left, and that Spider looked pretty good.
The 600 LT.
Yeah,
it was like a Nardo.
It looked good.
It's a metallic Nardo.
I don't want to own one, but it looked pretty darn good.
I drove one. I liked it.
No, man, I like the drive. I don't want to own one.
It
I don't mind
felt more
driving
race car than this.
Yeah.
Because of how like loud, it's just like you're in a tub and it's just every little rock coming. They had the roof scoop. It had the Senna seats. It was pretty awesome. It was orange.
Yeah.
So Hoss, when you tracked your car, how was that? What's the difference?
So much fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. And with his old GT3, like I mean, he was driving it a little conservatively,
really?
But I was on his ass with that car. But that car isn't really, honestly, that car should beat that car, no question.
If I pushed the GT3 like he pushed that, it probably would be like a good ways away.
Yeah.
A good ways away.
I push it. Yeah, true. He was driving conservatively, and I pushed that very hard, so we were right there.
I was learning the track. That's like this is my first time.
I was learning it too,
but I just wanted to get repetitive, and pick it up.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck. I was just going. I was going hard.
Yeah.
But it's the thing is about that car on the track, the F12, is that it's so much fun. Pure fun. Like, I love slaying in the back end. That to me is just so much fun. I'm not really out there to be like, I gotta get the best time, I gotta beat Harry or some shit, you know. It's track driving for me is about me. Like, fuck everything else and everyone else. Or else it'd be racing, which is very different, right? Racing is different than track driving. In track driving, you're driving by yourself against time, etc. And yeah, other people are doing other times. You can beat them, but it's a lot more about, you know, how you do it with your car. And for me, it's just more about fun.
You kick the tail end out on that thing and you're spinning.
Yeah,
you
if
cannot
you were,
correct it.
yeah,
You
with
can't-
that
car,
you're making mistakes if you're doing that in that car.
Because
in
all
this
the
car,
weight's
you're
in the
having
rear.
fun.
Oh no, I can't even take that to the track.
Huh?
No, because the first turn you're gonna.
I will be in the crash. Straight up. Yep.
You need to get a car you can come to the track with.
I
us.
tracked my GTR full bolt on. It's not that, but it's full bolt on GTR.
And how'd that go?
It was fun. It was Roebling, so it's not like a very
Roebling.
It was very.
You've been to Roebling.
Yeah, I've been Roebling with the GTR.
Yeah.
So that it's a decent track for that. It's very wide, very forgiving. Rhode Island is not forgiving.
Dion was on my tail the whole time. I was like, oh,
who was it?
on.
Dion's going to be always in your tail, pretty much regardless. He was in the Gallardo at that time, though.
Yeah.
So have you been on the track before?
To the Porsche Experience.
He did the Porsche Experience, but you did it twice, right?
Yes.
He did it first time we went. I did the 911 Carrera S, and he chose to do the Panamera GTS. I'm like, Dad, why are you doing the Panamera
On the track?
On the track.
Yeah.
And he's like, he wanted to see his car.
Yeah,
Right.
I get it.
And then the second time you did the Carrera, and you said it was way better. Right?
Way better, yes. It's much different. But
And
that whole experience is on your the guy driving with you, the instructor.
Well,
because some of them let you get into it, some don't.
Now they don't even have instructors. It's a walkie-talkie.
It is?
So that you follow. It's a lead follow of the instructor because of COVID. So
I'm not a big fan of lead follows.
he's not, because he drives way too fast for the lead follow, and he's like up their butt, just like on them.
after one lap, I'm like, all right, I got it. We're ready to go.
Yes, well, other people there were not.
Well,
when
then
we were
they
at Road
shouldn't-
Atlanta, he was on the guy, and the guy came after and was like, you need to get off my tail when we're driving. And he was in a Lamborghini Performante, because it would basically go, you follow him, and then you fall to the back.
And I expected him to move with, you know, us
But there's
behind
people
him.
there that have never driven on a track that are like halfway behind.
Which is why
so-
they're at the end.
Yes, but you eventually have to get behind them.
Yeah, I'll slow down. I'll get behind him.
So when's the next track day?
We got his birthday.
June, we're doing one in at Barber Motorsports
At
Park
Barber,
in
yeah.
Alabama. But we might, I don't know, we might do one in between at Road Atlanta. We'll see.
Yeah, let me know. I mean, I'm down
If
either
we
way.
do another driving
It would make
club.
sense to do one in May.
That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. And if you maybe get a car between then and now.
We'll see.
Maybe
Get you
not, considering all
take
the
my
stuff.
M3.
Yeah. Trust
Nick
me,
wants to.
He's not going to buy a car right now.
I know.
Actually,
it's a
now that I think about it, he's not going to buy a car right now.
Surprise.
By the way, that's a MARTA train and a shit car revving.
That was probably like an old C10 truck or something. Revving.
Not a V10 or up. So there's that.
People are very curious about my exhaust. I don't know what it is.
We have a rev off.
No, I'm just saying people are interested in seeing what it looks like. I don't know.
Is it like exposed? Is it?
It's a carbon fiber.
It has the
tip.
carbon fiber.
Maybe that's
cover.
what it is.
Oh, okay.
But I guess maybe most GT300s don't put exhaust on their car.
True, but also you just don't see that often. Like I see it all the time, like online. In person, I don't see that often. And plus, with our cars, the way that it's parked right now, it's like right there. It's just showing everybody. So, yeah, I asked FI Exhaust to do the carbon fiber thing, so they've never done it on this car, so they don't have it. They would have to be custom made. They're like, we're gonna charge you out the ass for it. I was like, no. So I actually ordered blued titanium tips. So my tips on the exhaust will be blue for all four, but they've been taking their time with them, honestly, to make them.
Fab Speed got me my stuff quickly.
Yeah?
It took a piece at a time, but this car went straight. The second.
But they're also based here. Fab Speed's based.
Or in the United States.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Here is in the United States.
Within 24
Pfizer.
hours, my car had full exhaust. So that was great.
That was impressive. That's also due to Eurofed.
Everybody was saying,
like,
they were like, wait, you already have it on? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Eurofed's got me. Mickey,
I said
shout
that
out
too.
Mickey.
I was like, you
Mickey's
already
got
have
me.
it? Yeah, good for you. But I still think it's going to sound like farts.
Sounds great. I love it.
Well, that's the only thing that's important.
matters.
That's what matters. I agree. It's what matters. It sounds lame as fuck to me, but hey, that's what matters for you, Harry. Cool.
Steve and I are like, what sounds lame to us is
Let's get a quick poll. Hey guys over there, quick question. What do you think is going to sound better, the Ferrari, the Porsche, or the GTR? All right, raise your hand for Ferrari. There's 2. Raise your hand for Porsche. 3.
Hey.
Fuck. Raise your hand for GTR. Nobody.
The GTR is not
the Porsche
predominant
straight
car.
pipe.
3 of you are wrong. I'm just going to give you the answer right now. 3 of you are wrong. No, I'm kidding. But we'll have to see. You'll have to show
A
them.
lot of people are fans of the sound of the straight 6.
I guess a lot of people like the sounds of farts. Like that's what it sounds like to me. And the high end just sounds whiny. It's not even like cool.
Your farts sound great then, I guess. Maybe you should record them and put them online. You'll go famous.
You know that dude who got to 1 million subs in 24 days by saying just like stupid stories while making Subway sandwiches?
No.
His videos get like 1.5 million views every day, and he's making his sub. He works at Subway. He's making his sub just talking about a customer experience.
And the whole time the video is just him making the sub. There's
It's like, all right, guys, so this Karen came in today, and she decided to give me attitude while I was making her sandwich, but I was making her a bacon,
making her
lettuce,
Italian, and so we did it, and then she came, and it was great, and she gave me a tip. It was awesome. Okay, guys, see you next time. And it's like, let me know what type of sandwich to make next time. Like, that's it. So I'm not like hating on the dude. Like, I'm happy for him that he fucking found some weird ass niche
that's
to get to 1 million subs in 24 days. But I don't fucking get it. What the fuck is entertaining about that? Absolutely nothing.
It was
to me.
entertaining to me. I found one, and I watched 20 of them.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then I found
you just have that much time. What's wrong with you?
They're 2 minutes. It's fine.
What's wrong with you?
So then I found
why
a guy.
would you waste 2 minutes? Like, what the fuck? Are you watching somebody make a sandwich?
I'm relaxing. It's great. I'm hungry.
That's how you decompress is watch people make sandwiches?
Yeah.
While you're hungry?
So I also found a guy who restores old Nintendo consoles.
That is kind of cool.
Silently. There's no audio. There's no music. He just is opening up the old consoles, cleaning them very finely.
We talked about that. So did you see the guy who did that making a cabin in the woods? It's like a 2-hour video.
Is it in the UK or something?
Yeah, it's Sweden or something. Yeah, but it's I like
and
that
like
video.
Big logs.
But that to me has more substance. Yeah, big log cabin. But that to me has more substance than making sandwiches. Then again, power.
The guy's entertaining.
Whatever entertains you, wonderful. I just don't fucking get it.
Hey, he's got 1 million subs and you don't.
True. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what respect. That's amazing. That's incredible. I just don't fucking get people apparently. But
your exhaust is definitely impressive. I've seen. So I thought it was the plate.
Yeah, I know,
you don't
but
have Montana plate.
I just have a temporary tag.
Yeah, so
you mean to other people?
Yeah.
Which is surprising, or which I hate a temporary tag. I hate having to have one. I was riding.
Did you register with your hype tag?
Yeah.
Okay, you just haven't put it on yet.
The date they gave me for expiration is 2 weeks. Usually it's like a month and a half. Now it's 2 weeks.
By the way, did you register your car while the emissions were down?
Yeah.
Well, so I went in there to register, and I sat down, and I gave them the paperwork.
But your car is out of state. You're titling for the first time.
Yes, and they were like, you can't title. It's here. It's from California. I'm like, I live here. No, they're like, and I was like, can I? Then they were like, you have to get emissions done. And I was like, I got emissions done. Here you go. The lady was not having it. And then she's like, oh, we can't accept this, whatever. And then the lady's like, no, the system's down. It'll go through. And she's like, no, we're not putting this through. And then she clicks next, and the emissions completely goes through because the system was down.
Because it was down.
Yeah, and so the lady's like, oh, whatever, and walked away. I'm like,
she's just having a bad day.
I hate the DMV.
No one's. Have you seen Zootopia?
I wanted to do the custom tags. Like, we don't do California custom tags. I'm like, I bought
Not
the car.
California.
God. It is a Georgia.
Sounds like
tag.
a first timer or something.
No, it was the one managing it over
just
the
real
shoulder
salty.
of somebody. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Zootopia? It's like you wouldn't because it's animated. He doesn't watch like animated things. They have this scene where there's a DMV scene and they're sloths. Like they literally move.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I've probably seen something about it.
Yeah, I was annoyed. I stopped.
It makes perfect sense.
Well, the DMV up in Alpharetta is a little bit better, but
I
used to go to the one in Sandy Springs.
Oh, and Alpharetta is good. You in and out in like 10-15 minutes.
Honestly, people complain a lot about the DMV. I have not found it's that bad if you are very prepared, right? If you're really
you know
prepared,
what you're doing,
you know what you're doing. I mean, someone like me or Harry, like you've gone through 30-something cars in your life, you know what you're doing, you know exactly. And then when they say there's an issue, you can say, actually, there's this code or this issue. Here's how you get around that, and you oftentimes know more about the ins and outs of it. But I've had no issues because I'm always prepared for it.
So when you get your car done, the emissions, is it different without exhaust?
Well,
what do you have to do?
Mine's in Montana.
That's a long way to go.
It's not because there are no emissions requirements.
Okay.
So no, I don't have to do anything.
So if you had it here, would there be a difference with that exhaust?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But I haven't had to try it, so I don't really know. But generally, it's iffy. It's like a 50-50 shot. But you know, there are ways. There are ways.
I'm sure.
I was prepared, but I don't have to because it's Montana. In other cars, I've had issues with that, and I've found ways around it, but it's not too bad.
I think I'm at 16 cars now that I've owned.
60? I thought it was more than that.
I think it's 16.
Oh yeah, at your rate, you're gonna pass me for sure.
I'm slowing down. I'm keeping this.
38 now.
I'm keeping this car. This is it. This is a car.
Lies.
This is it.
Lies.
I've had Lamborghini. The only thing I've had is a Ferrari at this point, and I maybe would like a Ferrari, but I want to keep this and add on.
No matter what, there's no way you'll own this car in 2 years. 100% no way. Maybe
the only reason I would own it in 2 years is if I get a 992 RS if they're out, or if I get a 991.2 RS. But I like this one better. I could have bought the newer 3RS, the 19, but I like the front end of this car better.
So, Haas, why don't you bet him your loss from that last video that if he does in 2 years, he's got to pay you?
He wouldn't take the bet.
He said, I'm praying you didn't take that bet. He said, I pray you didn't take that bet because I did not want.
I thought he was going to do it. I was like, please don't do it.
At the end of the video?
Yes.
If the video was like
$20,000 rock, paper, scissors?
If the video
would have been great.
If we did a 2-part series, then I maybe would have done it, but it was going to be so long. It would just be ridiculous.
Well, we should do a part 2.
We should do a part 2 of like
you
a $50,000
have to do a part. You're going to give me a chance to get my money back.
We will.
You swindled me.
Let's do it at the casino. When we go to the casino, let's do red and black.
We got to do another video so the viewers know that you can't swindle everybody.
How about gambling until we get 25 grand to use it on a mystery box? And you'll make me a mystery box at the Rolex store in the Bahamas.
I'd rather just spend the 25 grand and not gamble to get there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's what would be. Well, I feel like that would be the fun for you to get there.
It would be fun, but
what do you play
separately.
at the casino?
It depends. I like to play what the people I'm with are playing.
Blackjack is all we play.
Yeah, I mean, blackjack isn't that fun to me.
That's half the fun.
Yeah, Hold'em is a lot of fun with people to me.
But Hold'em's not at many casinos.
Well, I mean, most of the casinos I go to, they have tournaments, stuff like that. I mean, they've got stuff going on.
Not where
There's usually like a table as a 4:30. There's usually a Hold'em room or something.
We just stick to blackjack and we'll go play roulette.
I mean, honestly, I'll go wherever everyone else is going. But if I had my druthers of games, like I like to waste money on roulette. That's a lot of fun.
When he went to Vegas, I had him put money on 8 and I can't remember what other number.
17 or I don't know, something like that. We lost.
So what's your strategy for roulette?
Oh, there is none. Like I just throw money away.
So the way I look at it, if the three of us are there,
yeah. Cover the whole board.
You pick a block, I take a block, Harry takes a block, and then we just play that block.
Statistically, it should be about even. Yeah.
So somebody's going to win.
Right, and then that person's going to pay for dinner in the suite.
Right.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Nobu.
I'm down with that.
then we'll
like
have the fourth.
fun of it.
Then the fourth person could just pick up the
sides?
The numbers that we want.
Yeah, individual numbers.
It's a tourist thing.
Steve is convinced that zodiac things matter.
It does.
By the way, they don't. They don't. It's all made up. It's all crap. We got a lot of revving going on.
Everybody's leaving.
Is it about time?
I think it's about time.
I think it's about that time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. If you're listening, thanks for listening. And if you're watching, hope you've enjoyed the fun of our first live FlexCast taping. But we will probably be here next month. So we'll have a couple FlexCasts in between. But in about a month, which we have maybe 3 weeks because this one's delayed, right?
Yep. Yeah.
The first Sunday of every month is, and this one was different because of Easter, but the first Sunday of every month is when we have a Caffeine and Octane event here at Perimeter Mall. If you'd like to come see us next time, please come by. I think we'll do this again. So this is fun.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming by, Keith. And for Steve, Harry, and Keith and Haas, it's been the FlexCast. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right.